There is a student in Germany who drank a cup of tea and went out into his mother's garden, only to come back 3 minutes later wearing nothing but a bloody towel, with blood oozing out of his mouth onto his mother's clean floor. He did this because the tea in question was Brugmansia tea. Also known as the angel's trumpet, this flower is so powerful that the CIA and the Soviet Union used it as a type of truth serum. Known for its beauty and magnificent smell of roses and what can only be described as heaven, this flower is riddled with scopolamine and atropine, which are toxic alkaloids. Drinking, smoking, smelling, or snorting this flower can cause terrifyingly realistic hallucinations. The alkaloids in Brugmansia attack your central nervous system and can block your receptors' activity, which can and will cause extreme vision changes and amnesia. Some of the less extreme side effects are dry mouth, blurred vision, dilated pupils, illusions, hives, rashes, hallucinations, tachycardia, and a severe, utter sense of complete terror. Unfortunately, some people try to use this flower in place of shrooms or LSD because this plant is legal and is grown domestically all over the world. This is a poison, not a drug. All of these hallucinations are the effects of your mind being on the brink of death. Since the plant can cause a severe disconnection from reality, you cannot even trust yourself to recall your trip, if you remember it at all. If you survive, that is, because this poison in the flowers shut down proper storage of your memories. The poison affects your receptor in a way that normal drugs cannot. People who remember and live to tell their trip stories speak of terrifyingly large black bugs, people with shock white faces, demons replacing loved ones in a change-like strange fashion, and a constant sense of severe and utter terror. Without warning, the entire right side of my body shut off. My arm, leg, even my eye suddenly went limp, sending me crashing into the sand. I felt very confused, having no idea why I'd just fallen. As I continued walking, this phenomenon happened again and again, each time sending me crashing into the sand. Meanwhile, my friend's girlfriend, who I had lost about a half hour earlier, had returned. Plops down next to my girlfriend, both of which are having conversations with absolutely nobody at all. While I was bailed out, I couldn't read anything. I could see the letters, but couldn't get them to form words. It took another day to sober up completely. He seemed fine, bruised and battered, but coherent. He functioned normally in society for 2 whole days. On the third, he called me in a panic, having no memory of anything that happened after we took the tea. These were snippets from The Wildest Night Ever by the Great Bee of Reddit. This tale is about 2 friends and their girlfriends who drank Brugmansia tea and then drove to the beach. Fortunately, the cops were called and they were properly detained before they can cause any danger to themselves or others. Now, in small doses, some people use this plant for motion sickness, and it is even given to astronauts and pilots. But wild-grown Brugmansia does not have a label. We cannot measure its toxicity level. Depending on the season, weather, location, this plant can have varying amounts of poison. Brugmansia has been turned into many different kinds of substances for humans to use to get high. But we really shouldn't do this. This is not a drug, it is a poison that affects our memory and vision and will kill us if improperly handled. We cannot see the poison level in Brugmansia, and depending on its location and season, it can have varying types of poison levels. So, this plant is beautiful and magnificent in every sense of the word, but it just wants to be left alone. Thank you for listening, and remember, don't play with poison.